friends, welcome to the next episode of App Guide. In this episode, we will be solving some important problems on profit and loss. So, we will go straight away to the questions. 36th question is, when the price of the rice increases by 10%, a customer can get 5 kg less rice for rupees 500. The present cost of the rice per kg is. In this question, they are telling that the price of the rice increases by 10%. After this increase in price, a customer buys some quantity of rice for rupees 500. Then he is getting 5 kg less rice than before the rise in price. Okay. So, we need to find out the cost of the rice per kg after the price rise. Okay. So, first we need to find out the quantity of the rice which a customer can get after the price rise. Okay. So, let us consider the original price as 100. Okay. Then what will be the price of the rice after the increase in price? That will be equal to 100 plus 10, that is 110. Okay. Now let us find its ratio. So the ratio will be 10 is to 11. So this is the price ratio. Okay. So when the price of a product increases, the quantity of the product which a customer can buy for a particular money decreases. Okay. So when the price increases, the quantity which a customer can get decreases. Okay. Which means price ratio is inversely proportional to quantity ratio. If price ratio is 10 is to 11, then quantity ratio will be 11 is to 10. Okay. So the difference in the quantity which a customer can get between these two situations is given as 5 kg. Okay. So let us first find out what is the difference in the ratio of these quantities. That will be 11 minus 10, that is 1. Okay. So difference in the quantity ratio is 1. And the difference in the quantity is given in the question as 5 kg. So we can represent this 1 as 5 kg. Okay. Then what will be the value for this 10? On finding this answer, we will get the quantity of the rice which a customer gets after the increase in price. Okay. So this we can find out by cross multiplying. So this will be equal to 10 into 5 divided by this one. That will be equal to 50 kg. Okay. So the customer can get 50 kg of rice after the price rise. So he is buying this 50 kg for rupees 500. So the price of this 50 kg is rupees 500. Okay. So we need to find out the price of the rice per kg. So if for 50 kg it is rupees 500, then what will be the price for 1 kg? That will be equal to 500 into 1 divided by this 50. That will be equal to rupees 10. Okay. So this is the answer. The next question is, a reduction of 20% of price in the pen enables a person to buy 24 pence more for rupees 48. What is the price of 16 pence before reduction? So in this question they are telling that the price of the pen reduces by 20%. Okay. So after the reduction in the price of the pen, a person buys some pens for rupees 48. Okay. Then he can buy 24 pence more than before. Okay. So we need to find out the price of 16 pence before reduction. Okay. So in this question they have given the price of the total pens bought by the person after reduction. So first we can find out the price of 16 pence after reduction. Then only we will be able to find out the price of 16 pence before reduction. Okay. So in order to find out the price of 16 pence after reduction, we need to find out the quantity of pens which he can buy after reduction. Okay. So let us consider the original price as 100. Okay. Then what will be the price after reduction? That will be 100 minus 20, that is 80. Then let us find out its ratio. That will be 5 is to 4. Okay. So this is the price ratio. Okay. Price ratio is inversely proportional to quantity ratio. So what will be the quantity ratio? That will be 4 is to 5. Okay. Now in the question, the difference in the number of pens which he can buy between these two situations is given as 24. Okay. So let us find out the difference in the quantity ratio, that will be 5 minus 4, that is 1. So this 1 can be represented as this 24. Okay. Then how can we represent this 5? On finding this value, we will get the number of pens which the person can buy after reduction. Okay. So this we can find out by cross multiplying. That is 5 into 24 divided by 1. That will be equal to 120 pence. So the customer can buy 120 pence after reduction. That he bought for rupees 48. Okay. So 120 pence can be bought for rupees 48. Then the price of 16 pence will be what? If 120 pence can be bought for rupees 48, 16 pence can be bought for what price? That will be 16 into 48 divided by this 120. Okay. On solving this, you will get it as rupees 32 by 5. Okay. So this is the price of 16 pence after reduction. But we need to find out the price of 16 pence before reduction. Okay. So for that, we need to use this price ratio. Okay. So since this is the price of 16 pence after reduction, this 4 can be represented as this 32 by 5. Okay. So 4 can be represented as 32 by 5. Then how can we represent this 5? On finding this value, we will get the price of 16 pence before reduction. Okay. So this we can find out by again cross multiplying. That is 5 into 32 by 5 divided by this 4. Okay. So that will be equal to rupees 8. Okay. So the price of 16 pence before reduction is rupees 8. The next question is, price of sugar have fallen by 10%. A customer can buy 22 kg more than before. Had the price be increased by 10%, how much quantity of sugar could he have bought for the same sum? So in this question, there are two situations. In the first situation, the price of the sugar is falling by 10%, and in the second situation, the price is increasing by 10%. Okay. In the first case, when the price has fallen, a customer can buy 22 kg of sugar more than before. Okay. So when the price has increased by 10%, we need to find out the quantity of the sugar which the customer can buy. Okay. So for this, first we need to find out what is the original quantity of the sugar which was present there. Okay. So in this question, in the first case, let us assume the original price of the sugar as 100. Okay. Then what, here the price of the sugar has fallen by 10%. Then what will be the price after reduction? After reduction, it will be 100 minus 10, that will be 90. Okay. So in the second situation also, let us assume the original price as 100. Okay. Then what will be the price after increase? In the second case, the price is increasing. So after increase, the price will be 100 plus 10, that is 110. Okay. Now let us find out the price ratio. Okay. So here what will be the price ratio? That will be 10:9, and here it will be 10:11. We know that quantity ratio is inversely proportional to price ratio. Okay. So here the quantity ratio will be 9:10, and here it will be 11:10. Okay. So we need to find out the quantity of the sugar which the customer can buy after the increase in the price. Okay. So we need to find out the value of this 10. Okay. So for that, we need to know what is the original quantity of the sugar. That we can find out from this first case. Okay. So in the first case, they are telling that when the price has fallen, a customer can buy 22 kg more. Okay. Which means the difference in the quantity in the first case is given as 22 kg. So first let us find out what is the difference in the quantity ratio. Okay. So the difference in the quantity ratio will be 10 minus 9, that is 1. So this 1 can be written as 22. Then what will be the value for this 9? On finding this value, we will get the quantity of the sugar which was originally present. Okay. So this we can find out by cross multiplying. Okay, so that will be equal to 9 into 22 divided by 1, that will be equal to 198 kg. Okay, so this was the sugar which was originally present. Okay, so here also the quantity of the sugar which was originally present is same as that in this case. Okay, so we can represent this 11 as this 198. Okay, then what will be the value for 10? On finding this value, we will get the quantity of the sugar which the customer can buy after the increase in the price. Okay, so this we can find out by again cross multiplying. That will be equal to 198 into 10 divided by this 11. Okay, so on solving this, you will get the answer as 180 kg. So this is the answer. The next question is, if the price of sugar is raised by 40%, then by what percentage must a person reduce his consumption of sugar so as not to increase his expenditure? Okay, so in this question they are telling that the price of the sugar is increasing by 40%. Then by what percentage a person must reduce his consumption so that his expenditure remains the same? Okay, so in this question they are telling that the price is increasing by 40%. So let us assume the original price as 100. Then the price after increase will be equal to 140. So now let us find out the price ratio. Okay, so the price ratio will be equal to 5:7. Okay, we know that quantity ratio is inversely proportional to price ratio. So the quantity ratio will be equal to 7:5. Okay, so we need to find out the percentage reduction in his consumption. Okay, so that particular percentage will be equal to difference in the quantity divided by original quantity into 100. Okay, here the difference in quantity is 7 minus 5, that is 2, divided by original quantity is 7 into 100. Okay, on solving this you will get the answer as 28/4/7 percentage. So this is the answer. So in this question we are finding out the percentage. Okay, so whenever we are finding out the percentage, we can find out the answer with the help of the ratio itself. There is no need of the original quantities to find out the percentage. Okay, so we can find out the answer with the help of the ratio itself. Okay. The next question is, if the price of an article is reduced by 10%, by how much percent will the consumption of the article be increased so that the total expenditure increases by 8%? So in this question they are telling that the price of an article is reduced by 10%. Okay, so we need to find out by how much percentage the consumption is to be increased so that the expenditure increases by 8%. Okay. So here the price is reduced by 10%. So let us assume the initial price as 100. Okay. Then after the reduction it will be 100 minus 10, that is 90. Okay. Now let us assume the initial consumption also as 100. Okay. Then they are telling that it is increasing. So let us assume the value of the consumption after the increase as X. Okay, and this price into consumption is equal to the expenditure. Okay, expenditure is equal to price into consumption. Okay, so in the first case what will be the expenditure? That will be 100 into 100, that is 10,000. Okay, then in the second case it will be 90 into X, that is 90X. In the question it is given that the expenditure is increasing by 8%, which means if in the initial condition the expenditure was 100, okay, in the second case it will be 100 plus 8, that is 108. Okay, now here the expenditure in the initial case is 10,000. Okay, so we can make this 100 equal to that of 10,000. For that we need to multiply this 100 by 100. Okay, then this will become 10,000. But when we are multiplying this 100 by 100, we need to multiply this 108 also by 100. Okay. Now here the expenditure in the first case is same. So we can equate the expenditure in the second case also. Okay. So 90x is equal to 10800. Okay. So from this x value will be equal to 10800 divided by 90. That will be equal to 120. Okay, so this x value is equal to 120, which means initially the consumption was 100. In the second case it has become 120, which means the consumption has increased by 20%. Okay, so this is the answer. So in order to increase the expenditure by 8%, when the price is reduced by 10%, the consumption must be increased by 20%. The next question is, some sweets were to be equally distributed among 112 children, but on that particular day, 32 children were absent. Thus, there were 6 extra sweets remaining. How many sweets were each child originally supposed to get? Find the total number of sweets. So, in this question, they are telling that there were total 112 children. Okay. But on that particular day, 32 children were absent. Then what will be the number of children? That will be 112 minus 32, that is 80. Okay. Now let us find out the ratio of the children. Okay. So that will be equal to 7:5. Okay. Now if the number of children is decreasing, then the number of sweets which each child gets increases. Okay. Which means children's ratio will be inversely proportional to the sweets ratio. Okay. Then what will be the sweets ratio? That will be 5:7. Okay. So the difference in the quantity of the sweets is given as 6. Okay. So let us find out what is the difference in the sweets ratio. That will be 7 minus 5, that is 2. Okay. So we can represent this 2 as this 6. Okay. Then what will be the value of this 5? On finding this answer, we will get the number of sweets which each child should get originally. Okay. So this we can find out by cross multiplying. So that will be equal to 5 into 6 divided by 2. That is equal to 15. So each child should get 15 sweets originally. Okay. Now let us find out the total number of sweets. Okay. If each child should get 15 sweets originally, then what will be the total number of sweets? That will be 15 into total children. That will be 15 into 112. Okay. So total sweets will be equal to 15 into 112. That is equal to 1680. So total number of sweets will be 1680. Okay. The next question is, 605 sweets were distributed equally among children in such a way that number of sweets received by each child is 20% of the total number of children. How many sweets did each child receive? So in this question they are telling that there were total 605 sweets and those sweets were equally distributed among children in such a way that number of sweets received by each child is 20% of the total number of children. Okay. So let us take total number of children as 100. Okay. Then what will be the number of sweets received by each child? Sweets received by each child is 20% of total number of children. Okay. So sweets received by each child will be 20% of 100, that is 20. Okay. Now let us find its ratio. That will be equal to 5:1. Okay. So let us take the total children as 5x and the sweets each child gets as 1x. Okay. So first we need to find out what is the value of x. Then we will be able to find out the number of sweets each child received. Okay. So here it is given that there were total 605 sweets. Okay. So what will be the total number of sweets from this? So if each child gets 1x sweets and total children is 5x, then the total number of sweets will be equal to 5x into 1x. Okay. 5x into 1x, that is 5x square. Okay. So this total sweets is given as 605. On solving this, we will get x square as 121 and the x value will be equal to 11. Okay. Then what will be the sweets each child received? That will be 1 into x, that is 1 into 11. So 11 will be the answer. So here finishes this part of profit and loss. I will be back with some other important problems in the next part. If you felt this video helpful, like it, share it and subscribe it. Also press the bell button so that you get the notification when I am uploading new videos. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.